talk about the next chapter, morphology of flowering plants. Okay, this is the name of chapter. So wait 1 second. I will increase the size. Okay. Wait 1 second. Okay. Now you can see. Okay. This is. Are you able to see? Is
Yes,
it
sir.
is it visible? Okay. Very good. Okay. So now you can see. This is the NCERT, and we are going to talk. I told already we will discuss only NCERT, not out of NCERT. Okay, because according to target, we will try to finish timely. Okay, so from here they have asked the one question. Question was, what was the question? Look at here. They have given uh, the anatomy of seed plants by Catherine Eschau was published in 1960. It was referred to as, if you see, they have given the it was referred to as Webster of plant biology. Okay, it is very important. It is saying this Catherine Isau, she is considered
गाना क्या
uh,
होता है?
who have on your mic.
वो तो सुना था ना.
Who have on your mic, please off it. Catherine Isau, she is the lady. She is referred as a, she is also referred as a Webster's. Okay, Webster's of plant, Webster's of plant biology. Clear? Webster's of plant biology. This is the PYQS. This have already. Now you can see Catherine Ishao. She is looking to you. Okay, she is looking to you means how many person is attending. I will check the name one by one. Okay. Subhalakshmi, Kosur Banu, Dardi, Monisha, Fazila, Sanmugh Priya, SR Bhuvaneshwari. Okay, so 8 person means 7 person is there. Okay, now, so overall, if you read overall in this point or in this paragraph, what is the important? Important is only here. That is it was referred as a Webster's of plant biology. Okay, Webster's of plant biology. Catherine Isau was born in Ukraine in 1898 and studied agriculture in Russia and Germany, received her doctorate in the United States. Whatever I have given, if you have learned, that is good. Otherwise, leave it. Okay. Why? Because one question they already asked, the question I told already. Webster's of plant biology. This you have to learn. So about Webster of plant biology considered as a Catherine Isau. Okay. Catherine Isau, she is considered as a Webster of plant biology. Okay. Now, this Catherine Isau, they also wrote the book The Anatomy of Sea Plants by Catherine Isau, was published in 1960. Okay. In 1960, she published one book also, and the book name is The Anatomy of Seed Plants. Okay. The book name was The Anatomy of Seed Plants. Clear? Anatomy of Seed Plants, which was written by the scientist and published by the Catherine Isau. Is it fine? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now I'm not going to talk all these things because this is the unnecessary. What is the important we have discussed? So 2 point is important, that Dr. Isau plant anatomy, she did too much work in plant anatomy. She did. Maybe they can ask what is the contribution of Catherine Isau. So you can write. She wrote one book. Means she has the. She gave good contribution in plant anatomy. She gave good contribution in plant anatomy. Clear? She gave good contribution in plant anatomy. Clear? Plant anatomy. Okay. Now, okay, so this is sufficient for you. Now again we are moving down. Okay, leave it. Now come on your topic. Morphology of flowering plants. The name of chapter is the fifth. That is the morphology of flowering plants. Okay. Morphology means the external structure. The wide range in the structure of higher plants will never fail to fascinate it. First introduction part of the NCRT. It is the very worst. They are not trying to say anything, just only giving the brief. Brief means if suppose that you are going to start anything, you will generate the interest like that NCRT is doing. It is saying a wide range in the structure of our plants will never fail to fascinate us. Means we have to see in these plants, they never fail to fascinate. Means they are helping to me. Okay. Even though the angiosperm shows us large diversity in external structure and morphology. I told into the plant kingdom, the group angiosperm, which shows the maximum diversity. Now they have again large diversity in external structure, morphology. They all are characteristic by the presence of root, stem, and flower and fruits. Okay, so they have the root, stem, leaves, fruit, flower, and fruit. Clear? Flower and fruit. Everything found into the angiosperm. Okay. Okay, leave it. Now, we also need to about the possible variation in different plants. Okay, leave it. This is unnecessary talking. What is the important? I told angiosperm that we have already discussed. Okay. Next is the another important point. They are talking about the adaptation. Just look at what is the adaptation. Okay. We also need to know the possible variation in the different parts. Just look at that we will discuss in this plant. The characteristics of root, characteristics of a stem, characteristics of leaf, types of leaf, venation in leaves, and phyllotaxy of leaf, and modification. Modification they have given, that is the adaptation. Modification is the adaptation. So in this sentence they are talking about this. We also need to know about the possible variation in the different parts found as adaptation. Adaptation is nothing but you can say it is also modification of the plant to their environment. Example, adaptation to various habitats for protection, climbing, storage. Okay. Main function of, I am giving one example, main function of root, that is two function, primary anchorage, second primary function anchorage, and one more also primary function, absorption of water and mineral. Clear? Absorption of water and mineral. So this is the primary function. But what happening if the root it is going to modify it, they are performing the storage function, they are performing the climbing or protection. So this type of function is known as the adaptation or secondary function of the root or modification. Okay. Now we'll see the have root, stem, and leaves may be bearing flower and fruits. The underground part of the flower is the root system, while the portion above the ground forms shoot system. It is the very simple concept, you know, everyone, simple way. Okay. Now the root, we are going to talk first one, the root. Okay. Root, what it again? In majority of the dicotyledonous plant. Okay. They are talking about the dicotyledonous plant. Okay. In dicot, just now we have studied about the dicot and monocot. Okay. In the dicot, what we have seen into the dicot, the root in dicot, wait one second. That will be not contrast color. Okay. Now in case of the dicot root, what we have seen, the root will be which type? Tap root. In dicot, which type of root is there? Tap root. Okay. So in dicot, which type of root is there? That is the tap root. So dicot, tap root, and monocot is the adventitious. So monocot, they have the adventitious type of root. Okay. Adventitious root. This is the point you have to learn. In majority of the dicotyledonous plant, the direct elongation of the radicle lead to the formation of primary root, which grows inside the soil. Okay, listen. Suppose that we have to know a structure. I am drawing the structure. I am drawing the structure. Can you tell what is the structure? Anyone, can you tell what is the structure? Anyone? What is this structure? Solunga, Daridi, Koshur, Subalakshmi, what is this structure? Do you have seen such type of structure? Yes, Sanmugapriya. Do you know what is
Seed.
this? Seed. Very good. That is the cotyledons. Yes, very good. Now you can say this is the cotyledons. Okay. In this structure, what they have given, we have to see in two regions. One is called the epicotyl and one more that is called the hypocotyl. Clear? Epicotyl and hypocotyl. Hypo here, hypocotyl, and above is the epicotyl. Near the hypocotyl, one region is there that is called the radicle. Radicle is there. Okay, radicle. And above the means above the epicotyl, near the epicotyl, they have one region which is known as the plumule. Okay, plumule always forms the shoot and radicle always forms the root. Plumule always forms the shoot and radicle always forms the root. Now, listen. What is saying in dicotyledonous plant, the direct elongation of radicle leads to the formation of primary root. Suppose that this seed is going to cultivate. What happening? This radical portion, they will start to grow. This radical portion, they will start to grow. Suppose that this radical, this will start to grow and it will form the primary root. This will grow deep inside the soil. This is called the primary root. This will be grow deep inside the soil. It is called the primary root. Okay. So they have given the formation of primary root which grows inside the soil. Okay. Again, it bears lateral roots of several orders. Okay. It is saying it bears the lateral root of several orders. So what happened? Again, what happening? They have given the lateral roots again arise from here. Lateral roots arise here. Lateral roots. Clear? They arise the lateral roots. Okay. Lateral. They have given the lateral roots of several orders that are referred as a secondary root. So primary root means this is the primary root. This structure you can say it is the primary root. This structure you can say primary root. And this structure is known as the secondary root. This structure is considered as a secondary root. So several order that refer to as a secondary or tertiary. Again, there is going to formation of new branches. So this type of the root you can say there is the going to formation of this type of the branching. This is called the tertiary root. So this structure you can say it is known as the tertiary root. Clear? Tertiary root. Okay. Is it fine? So in case of the dicot, they have the tap root from where the root, primary root arises from the radicle. The primary root arises from the radicle, and in order-wise radicle, and otherwise this primary root also form the secondary root, secondary, tertiary, then rootlets like that. Okay, this concept is clear. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, Subhalakshmi. The primary roots and its branches constitute. What is going to constitute? Look at here. Okay. Listen here. They have given tap root system. Okay. I have already discussed primary root and this branches. They are going to formation of the tap root system. Suppose that this is the branches. This is the primary root. This is the secondary. And secondary, they have also the tertiary. And tertiary, again, they are going to formation of the rootlets. So they are going to form a type of system which is known as the tap root system. And tap root system is the characteristic feature of the dicot. As in seen is the mustard plant. So mustard is the dicot. Scientific name of mustard. Scientific name of mustard. Family of mustard.
Brassicaceae, sir.
Again, you can say.
Brassica campestris.
Very good, Sanmug Priya. Brassica campestris. Okay. Another family. Family.
Brassicaceae.
Brassicaceae or crucifer. Crucifer. Okay, Brassicaceae or crucifer. Okay, so Brassicaceae or crucifer. Basically, Brassicaceae, sometimes crucifer previously used, but now Brassicaceae. In monocotyledons plants, the primary root is short-lived and replaced by the large number of the root. These are longinate from the base of the system and constitute the fibrous. Okay, listen. In case of the monocot, suppose that this is the monocot. In this structure, there is the no radical. Radical is absent. Radical is not found into the monocot. You have to learn radical is never found into the monocots. Are you getting what I'm saying? Clear? So radical is not found. In monocot, when the root arise other than radical, when the roots arise other than radical, other parts of the plant other than radical means other parts of the plant other than radical, this is called the fibrous root system or adventitious. Fibrous root system or adventitious. Are you getting in monocot? Monocot, they don't have the radical and plumule. They have the coleorrhiza and coleoptile. Coleorrhiza and coleoptile. So now you can see what it have given and try to clear your concept. In monocotyledons plants, the primary root is short-lived and it is replaced by a large number of roots. Means primary root means it is not too much like in previously what we have seen. The length of primary root is going to too much big, but here it will not too much big. It is the short up to here. Then and replaced by, there is the replaced by the large number of roots. There is the large number of root replaced by. Okay. And these roots originate from the base of stem and constitutes the fibrous root. Suppose that this is the stem which is growing. Stem is plumule. This lower base of stem, from where it has arise. This root, lower base of stem generally arise. Okay, so you can see roots originate from the base of stem. Okay, and one question they have already asked, into the maize, the root arise from. In maize, root arises from upper node, lower node, internode, mid rib. What will be answer? What will be answer? Answer will be the lower node. Lower node means base stem. Okay, upper node and lower node, internode, mid rib. So it have arise from the lower node. Is it okay? Is it fine? This is the PYQS. Subhalakshmi, Mahalakshmi,
Yes, sir.
Osur Banu, Sanmugha Priya, and how many is there? Monisha, Fazila, Jayashri, Gausika, Bhuvaneshwari, Ramasri, Mahalakshmi, then Priya, Azil, 12th A. Okay, so these are attending. Where is the bar? Okay, Daradi is also there. Okay, now they have given constitutes the fibrous root system and it is found in the monocot. Monocot means wheat plant. Okay, monocot means what? Monocot means wheat plant. Okay, that tell me the name of wheat plant. Wheat plant scientific name.
Triticum aestivum, sir.
Very good, Sanmugh Priya. Triticum aestivum. Okay, family.
Poesy, sir.
Very good. Graminy or Poaceae. Clear? Graminy or Poaceae. 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 Can you tell monocot family name? How many families monocot? Monocot family name. If you have not learned, I am giving one trick you have to learn. LPZ. L stands for Liliaceae. Liliaceae. P stands for Palmaceae. Palmaceae. And G for Graminaceae or Poaceae? Graminaceae or Poaceae? Is it okay? Is it fine? Triticum aestivum, that is the Gramineae. So it have the fibrous root. They may be fibrous or adventitious. That is not matter. Adventitious or fibrous. Okay. And what is the difference between adventitious and fibrous? Fibrous generally arise from the lower node. Fibrous generally arise from the lower node, means base of the stem. While adventitious, it is arise rather than radical. It is arise rather than radical. So now you can see constitutes the fibrous root system as seen in the wheat plant. In some plants, okay, now they have in some plants like grass, monstera, and the banyan tree. Grass monstera, that is also belonging from the Gramineae. So grass monstera and banyan tree, just wait 1 second. Wait, Pandranga. So wait 1 second. Okay, let's start what we are discussing. That is the in case of the grass and banyan. In case of the grass, they have given grass and grass scientific name grass, that is the family Graminaceae. Okay, Graminaceae, and monstera and banyan tree. Okay, like grass, monstera, and banyan tree, roots arise from part of the plant other than radical. Clear? That is adventitious root. Just clear your concept. What is the adventitious? What is the fibrous? And what is the tap root? Here your concept should be clear. Suppose that adventitious and fibrous and tap root. Tap root arise from the radical. Fibrous lower stem or lower node, and it is found in the wheat, maize, and maize. They have also stilt type, which we will discuss later. Stilt, which is found in the maize, that have given the modification of root. At adventitious, this is arise rather than radical, not from the radical, rather than radical. Clear? So you can see, like grass, monstera, and the banyan tree, roots arise from parts of the plant other than radical. This is called the adventitious root. Is it clear? Now the clear difference between adventitious, fibrous, and tap root. Adventitious, fibrous, and tap root. Is it fine? Lakshmi?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, again, just wait. It will be short because that we are not looking this part of the plant. Now it is able to see. Okay. The plant they have classified into the two part. One is the shoot system, another is the root system. Root means primary root, secondary root, and this will be the primary. Primary means which is the main, tap root which is going inside deep. Okay, this is the primary. And here shoot system. In the shoot system, they have the vegetative part and reproductive part. Vegetative part means root, stem, and leaf. RSL, root, stem, and leaf. These are the vegetative part of the plant. Flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Flower is the reproductive. So here they have given the flower. Now you can see flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Okay. So flower is the reproductive part of plant. Someone have written something. I will check what he. Sorry, D. Okay, Kosur Banu. I think you have on your mic, huh? Am I saying correct, Kosur Banu? That's
Yes,
why.
sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, your mother who is talking? Mother saying something. Hmm?
Sister, sir.
Sister. Okay. Leave it. Listen. Okay. Adventitious root. Then the main function of the root system are absorption of water, minerals from the soil, providing proper anchorage to plants, storing reserve food material, and synthesis of plant growth regulator. So these are the basic function of the root. Root major function. First one is the absorption of water. Second is the anchorage, storing reserve food material, synthesis of PGRs. PGRs. Anyone can you tell the name PGRs? Synthesis of PGRs. What is the another name of PGRs?
Phytohormone, sir.
Very good, Subhalakshmi. That is called the phytohormone. Phytohormone. Clear? Phytohormone. That is the PGR. First is the auxin, cytokinin, gibberellin, abscisic acid, ethylene. So these are the example of PGRs, plant growth regulators. This also synthesized by the roots. Okay. Now, again, look at this structure. That is the types of root. I told 3 different types: adventitious and tap root and fibrous root. So you can see fibrous root. It is found in the grasses. It is found in the basically what they have given wheat. It is found in the wheat. Example, what I have given in your NCERT. It is feeling like you have to think. It is like in the your what will say holy book. You can say holy book. Clear? Holy book. Like in Christian, they have the Bible. In Hindus, Gita. In Muslim, that is Quran. Like that. NCERT, it will be like you. Okay. What it have given NCERT, you have to learn. For NEET, like that. Okay. So tap root. This is the A, tap root system. And B, that is the fibrous root system found in the wheat. And adventitious roots found in the grasses, monstera, grasses monstera. Clear? This is found in the adventitious root. One more example they have given. Can you tell? Grasses monstera. One more example.
Banyan.
Banyan. Very good. Banyan tree. Scientific name of banyan. Scientific name of banyan tree.
Bengalensis.
Very good. Ficus bengalensis. Okay. Ficus bengalensis, which is the common, which is the scientific name of mm, scientific name of banyan. Okay. Now, next, page number 67. NCERT page number 67. Clear? Look at reason of the root. This is also important slide. Reason of the root. Okay. Now just wait. We are going to increase the size. It will be increased. So now it is okay. Okay. So listen here. Listen, not here. Listen. Look at here in this slide. Okay. Reasons of root. I'm trying to tell here. Just clear your concept. Then we will discuss detail. Regions of root. They have classified into the 3 main region. Number 1, Irandu, Mundra. Number 1 will be that is the meristematic region. Meristematic region. The region will be the meristematic zone. Second is the cell elongation zone. Cell elongation zone. And third is the maturation zone. Maturation zone. Clear? So these 3 zone is important. Okay. And before these 3, 2 point is also there. One is the root hair, which is the extra, and one more also root cap. Clear? So these 2 are the extra, which we will discuss. But these 3 are the part of the means root of regions of the root. This is the regions of root. Now, You can see the figure. Regions of meristematic activity. So this is the regions where the meristematic activity means they have the RAM. RAM, that is Lord Ram. Am I saying correct? RAM
No,
means
sir.
root apical meristem. RAM, root apical meristem. So these cells are filled with the apical meristem cells, means meristematic cells. And meristematic cells is the cells which have ability only divide. The basic function of meristematic cells, they have ability to divide. Clear? Okay. If you see below this root meristem, this is looking like lancet like structure. Lancet. I'm saying lancet. Okay. What is the common name? Do you have listened the common name of lancet? Lancet is the common name. It is for which animal? Lancet. Solunga. This is question from zoology. Subhalakshmi, Kosur Banu, S. Sanmugh Priya. Lancet.
Cephalochordata, sir.
Cephalochordata. Example, I am talking the lancet is the common name. So the name of animal.
Amphioxus, sir.
Ah,
Amphioxus, sir.
Amphioxus. That is, I think, larva. What will be the common name for lancet? I think not Amphioxus. Amphioxus is the larva. Petromyzon. So wait, I will check. I am getting confused. So I will check what is the correct. Now you can see that is lancet. Common name. Petromyzon. It should be Petromyzon. What they have given best known general medical journal. Lancet common name animal. Okay, now it will come. Lancet, it is also known as the commonly known as the lancet. Cephalochordate Amphioxus, correct. Petromyzon, not Amphioxus, correct. Who said Amphioxus? S. Sanmugh Priya.
Yes, sir.
Very good, excellent, clear. So the answer should be Amphioxus. Okay, so now you can see lancet. It is looking like the lancet shape. Okay, and this structure is known as the root cap. This structure is known as the root cap. And the name of root cap? And the name of root cap, that is calyptra. So this is the root cap or calyptra. This root cap is the protective. Okay, and this is the multicellular. This root cap is the protective and multicellular structure. This is the multicellular structure. This root cap, and during this start to secretion of the mucilaginous substances. This start to secrete the mucilaginous substances. Okay, this start to secrete the mucilage substances. And when the primary root, it is growing deep inside the soil, that time this secretes the mucilaginous substances. And the basic function of mucilage substances to provide the protection. It provides the protection to plant. Are you getting or not? So this is the basic function of the root cap. So the root cap, it involves provide the protection. It is start to secretion of the mucilage substances during the growth of primary root inside the deep soil. Okay, this is the basic function. The another name of root cap is the calyptra, and this is the multicellular structure generally present above the before the meristematic activity. Okay, before means at the tip of ram, root apical meristem. Okay, now meristematic region, here the cells have the too much cell division activity. Another is the region of elongation. Here cell will be this is portion is known as the elongate region. The cell will be increased in size. Okay, and here the absorption of salt takes place. Absorption of salt generally takes place into the elongation region. So region of elongation responsible for absorption of the salt. Is it clear? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so region of elongation, they have absorption of the salt. Okay, Another next is that is third, region of maturation. Now you can say region of maturation. They have the small hair-like structure, and this structure is known as the root hair. This structure is known as the root hair. Clear? This structure is known as the root hair. The basic function of root hair, it involves in the absorption of water. Absorption of water means the water absorbed by the root hair. Root hair will be unicellular or multicellular? Unicellular or
Unicellular, sir.
multicellular. So root hair always unicellular. While trichome, do you have listened the trichome?
Yes, sir.
Where it is found?
Stem,
Subhlakshmi.
stem hair, sir.
Very good. Stem. It is found in the stem, and this trichome is always multicellular structure. Trichome is the multicellular structure. This is the PYQS. Root hair unicellular, trichome is the multicellular structure. So root hair found into the maturation zone. Root hair found in the maturation zone, and it involves in the absorption of water. Clear? It involves in the absorption of water. Okay, and it occupies the maximum part of the root. Okay,